All right. Welcome back to the channel. So Adrien Broner, the problem Bronner, clowns Stephen Espinoza and says, man, you cap, I'm using that word again, where's my $10 million? Man, let's talk about Adrien Broner, his comeback, and the $10 million that he is not getting from Showtime, but a better route to take, man. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. All right, man, we talking about Adrien the problem Broner again, and it is definitely a problem trying to understand what this dude is going to do from one moment to the next, okay? Adrien Broner came into boxing, man, shining, big, bright shining star, man, was killing it, fell off after the Marcus Maidana fight as far as people considering him to be a top level talent, but yet he remains an intriguing and popular fighter in the boxing world. So pretty much whenever he talks about making a fight or something like that, there's always going to be takers until, he's kind of like Floyd in that way. You know what I mean? Like, you think Floyd is gone, but he's really not. Because every other day he's saying something or doing something that makes you think he's having another fight or something else is going on that is constantly keeping Floyd Mayweather Jr. In the forefront of people's minds. Same thing with Adrien Broner, good, bad, or indifferent. You're going to hear about this dude on a regular basis. So, he was putting out this rap album and doing this different stuff, and he's saying he wants $10 million for a fight. Nobody really took that seriously. But then again, nobody took him serious that he was going to get a big payday the last time he said this, which was that, hey, he met with Mayweather, and Mayweather said that he was going to get $10 million, right, for a fight. People laughed at him. Turns out he winds up getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. Now, I don't know how much he got for the Manny Pacquiao fight, but I would suspect that it was dangerously close to $10 million, or a lot closer. If it wasn't $10 million, a lot closer than $10 million than anybody at the time would have thought, at the time that he said he wanted that, would have thought that he would actually wind up getting paid. That was a complicated sentence. Anyway, I hope you get what I mean. Adrien Broner's all over the place, man, but I enjoy talking about him, man, because I love boxing and it is what it is. So he says, Adrien Broner comes out and says, all right, I'm coming back, and he says this on the Brian Custer show, said that he wanted to come back, talked about fighting Ivan Redcash. Now, when I heard that he was coming back, that was from Stephen Espinoza, who said that Adrien Broner should be back in January, right? So I've never known Stephen Espinoza to say something and it not have real validity to it. He just doesn't seem to me to be like a guy that is just going to say, oh, here's a camera in front of me, let me say that Adrien Broner is going to be coming back in January, and just, let me just pluck that out my backside and throw it out there and see if it sticks. No, dude, that's not Stephen Espinoza's style. That's not how I've seen him handle his business before from the far outside looking in, obviously. But just doesn't seem like he would do business like that. So where did this come from with Stephen Espinoza if Adrien Broner isn't coming back in January? Well, the logical assumption is that Adrien Broner is just saying, hey, don't announce I'm coming back because you haven't told me how much money I'm going to make and I want my $10 million, right? Now, is he going to get $10 million is he going to get $10 million out of Stephen Espinoza? Not for one fight, okay? Not for one fight. Now, could he get $10 million out of Stephen Espinoza? Yes, but not for one fight. Who is there going to be for Adrien Broner to fight for $10 million that he has any chance of beating whatsoever that doesn't already have a fight? Nobody is the answer to that. The only person he can get $10 million close to that for, what is that? Like, who? You know what I mean? It's not going to be Errol Spence Jr. It's definitely not going to be Terrence Crawford. It's not Sean Porter. It's not Jose Ramirez. It's not Mikey Garcia. It's not Manny Pacquiao. It's not Canelo Alvarez. Look, Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to give anybody that, like, Jamal Charlo a fight. He wouldn't give $10 million to Jamal. He probably would give $10 million to Jamal Charlo. But you get my point. Canelo ain't even an option. So who are you going to get your $10 million from? You're not. You're not going to get your $10 million. However, you can get your $10 million, which could make Adrien Broner's wish come true, my wish come true at the same time. So what is his wish is $10 million. What is my wish? My wish is to see Adrien Broner versus Regis Prograis. Okay? My wish is Adrien Broner versus Regis Prograis at 140 pounds. It could be at a catch weight. It doesn't matter. Go get the IBO belt and put the IBO belt up there if somebody just needs to have a championship. That's what I really want to see. I want to see the Regis, because that is a fight. Regis Prograis and Adrien Broner would be a very, very entertaining fight. I think both of those guys are at the stage of their career where they both could do each other wonders. Because if Adrien Broner was able to beat Regis Prograis, dog, he is immediately back. He's immediately in the running for the top 140-pound guy, dude, without a doubt. All right, because then it's the Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is on the table. Josh Taylor's on the table. I mean, with him, Adrien Broner being the big money A-side in the fight. So I want to see that. However, he ain't going to get $10 million up out of Stephen Espinoza and Showtime for one fight. So what do? You get your wish, which is your Ivan Redcash fight. Take an Ivan Redcash fight. Beat Ivan Redcash. Okay? Fight somebody else that you know you can beat. Not somebody that you think you can beat. Somebody that you can mop, lay out on the ground with a large shot. Get me some Adrien Broner highlights in this decade. Okay? I need a 2020 Adrien Broner fresh off the press highlight reel. Okay? So get yourself 3 highlight reel fights for like $2 million a piece, 246, right? And then 246 is quick. Then when you get the Regis Prograis, you can get $5 million for the Regis Prograis fight, $6 million for the Regis Prograis fight, because you would have built your name back up against guys that have no chance to beat you. Like, that's the portion. Now is the time for Adrien Broner to take advantage of all of the other crap that fighters do. It's okay for you to do it at this point in time, Adrien. It's okay at this point for him to get overpaid for lower level fighters to get to get people's eyes on Showtime, because Adrien Broner on Showtime will get viewership. Okay, yes, he'll bring a lot of drama and nonsense. He's going to say some ridiculous crap at press conferences and all that. However, AB is going to entertain, and people are going to be there to see Adrien Broner. So Stephen Espinoza makes sense for Stephen Espinoza. Let the man cut off a chunk of your budget, because he's a bigger draw than all those other dudes you got on Showtime. It's just the truth, right? He's a bigger draw. He's going to get you bigger numbers than those other guys at Showtime, right? Errol Spence Jr. is over there at Fox, right? But if you put a Jermell Charlo, I do believe outside of this pay-per-view, oh my God, man, I just thought about that. Dude, you get 3 fights the way that Showtime's doing pay-per-view. You could get a Adrien Broner Regis Prograis pay-per-view. If you build them up right, let these dudes get these knockouts, man, and get together and have this fight, man. I wish Adrien Broner nothing but the best, okay? I wish him nothing but the best. I don't mind. I don't think that he's really waffling about whether he's going to come back or not. Again, I really just think that it is a matter of him trying to position himself for the most money possible. And that's reasonable, dude, because he is Adrien Broner. He is about billions. He some people say about that bullshit or about retired. All kind of nonsense come with that AB, but everybody knows AB. Everybody knows Broner. And you can have other guys on the undercard that are really good fights on the undercard that you could feature along with Adrien Broner. Get Chris Colbert some shine. I do these videos about the lightweight division and people talking about who's the best in the lightweight division. And, you hear Devin Haney, you hear, obviously, Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. You never hear Ryan Garcia, but, theoretically, somebody could throw Ryan Garcia's name out there. But you don't hear about Chris Colbert as much, right? So get Chris Colbert on a card fighting right before Adrien Broner, keep it moving. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the PBC's got PBC, Showtime, Fox have a crazy amount of talent, man. A crazy amount of talent. But there's not a lot of, and nobody has this, but, not actively fighting, but a couple guys that are really, really big names. And Adrien Broner is still one of those guys with a really, really big name. So, and he's fresh, relatively fresh. He's never really gotten beaten up bad, right? The only real issues with him is the stuff, as far as his physical conditioning, is the stuff that happens outside the ring. But, it is what it is, and we'll see what happens. But you let me know in the comment section what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.